Alright, let's talk about getting in, right? This is a huge problem for Yoshimitsu players, is they don't know how to get in, or they want to know how to get in, right? And getting in is a combination of a few things. Getting in is one, just running up and blocking and understanding what the opponent's going to do. And then once you understand what the opponent's going to do, it's doing the lab work and understanding your options against what they're going to do, right? So for this video, I have Sungmina doing her 6A. Super annoying normal. Lethal hits on tip for sidestepping. It's a high, you block it, it's a tip, it pushes back. And super really just annoying to deal with as Yoshimitsu. So we gotta remember that our goal is to get the opponent blocking right in front of our face, right? If we do this, we've pretty much won the first phase of neutral, right? And so how do we do that? First, running up and blocking is really good, just simply because we get to understand when they want to press something and why they want to press something, at what range they want to press something, right? Which is pretty much their timing, which I'll go over in the next video, because timing is more important in this phase of neutral rather than this phase of neutral, but still pretty important, right? So let's say they're doing 6A. How do we deal with this, right? If we block at the tip, then, you know, we just get pushed out. But if we block close up, we find that it's actually minus 18 on block. So running up and guarding is very good in this situation because it allows us to get a punish, and we're +2, right? So because it's also a high, we can duck it, you know. But the issue is we're not always in range to be able to run up and block and be able to 4KB. So what does that mean? So I want to introduce to you a concept that I don't think a lot of people understand, but or do or know about, but it makes a lot of sense. And I want to introduce you to the concept of whiff punishing, or punishing by taking space, right? So if we take into account that our goal is to get the opponent blocking in front of our face, then whiff punishing by taking space is super important, right? Or just block punishing by taking space is super important, right? So for example, let's say we duck all the way out here, right? Sure, you know, if we duck right here, we can, oh wait, we can't full crouch 3K, right? So what do? You know, we take space and make them block. And then there, we have pretty much just one neutral, right? Also, because this is minus 18, at not the tip range, sometimes that happens. So if that happens, we can also punish by running up and taking space. And that also allows us to achieve our goal of getting them to block right in front of our face, right? Now, there are more creative ways to deal with this. You know, you can met stance under it, you know. You can trooper roll under it if you really wanted to. If you're really good, you can 6-6-3-2 B, which is using the buffering trick to get a running forward 2-2B. That's our coolest advanced tech crouch. You can also figure out their timing and then B side A. There are more creative ways to deal with this, but the basic fundamentals of getting in require, like, you know, running up and blocking and understanding their timing and figure out when they're going to do things, at what range they're going to do things, and then figuring out, you know, can we get a punish? Yes, okay, punish with damage. Can we not get a punish with damage? No, okay, then I'll punish by taking space and making them block, which is achieving our goal, right? Okay, I duck down here. Can I get a punish? Sure, great. If I don't get a punish by ducking out here, I whiff punish by taking space. That kind of stuff, right? And those are super important fundamentals just to have when it comes to getting in, right? So many times we get baited into running in and AAing, which is okay if we can counter confirm and we're near a wall or we need to close out rounds, but if you think about it, if you run up AA, you're -4. So you pretty much just giving up your turn. And because Yoshimitsu struggles with backdash, Mina's is going to backdash away, Ivy's going to backdash away, pretty much any other character is going to backdash away, right? It's not very good. You can run up full crouch 3K, that's also susceptible to backdashing, right? And one thing that you need to understand is that movement is just as deadly of a punish or as like a get-in tool than running up with buttons, right? You don't need actual frame advantage to get the opponent to stand still. You can use mental frame advantage, right? Which is what movement is, right? So if you ever, I want you to notice, I want you to look out something whenever you play. Just like take note of something. I want you to notice how whenever you move at an opponent, how often they will just sit there and not do anything, right? They'll sit there and be like, oh, he's moving towards me, and they will guard, right? And I want you to also do that the opposite way. Whenever you see somebody running in towards you, I want you to see how often you just freeze up and guard, right? And when you notice how often that happens, you'll understand the importance of just moving in and just sitting in front of somebody's face, right? And when we're here, the mix-up game starts. You know, we can instant full guard 3K, we can 6A plus B, we can even throw, which is also guessing, we can run up make K, we can create them to guess, which is the underlying goal of getting them to sit there and guard, is because when they sit there and guard, we can make them guess with our faster frames and our superior mix-up game. If that makes sense. That's getting in a nutshell. Those are kind of the fundamentals of what I think about when it comes to getting in. Once again, you can be creative with your get-in options. You know, you can also death copter in, you can med teleport in. These are all fantastic options to get in. Be creative with your getting in options, because the opponent's going to adapt with certain things. It's a conversation, right? So naturally things will adapt and things will change, right? So be careful, or not be careful, be creative with your options. Pretty much anything goes as long as it works, and as long as you have a reason behind what you're doing. Then it's probably an okay option to get in. Except run up A, because that just gives up our turn, and it's never really a great option to do that. But anyway, that's kind of getting it in a nutshell. Yeah, I hope it helped.